Welcome everybody to another Romance Languages Mutual Intelligibility Challenge. My name is Norbert, and in this episode, we are going to look into mutual intelligibility between Italian and Argentinian Spanish. We have prepared a number of challenges for you today, but before that happens, let's meet the people that make this experiment possible.
Ciao a tutti, sono Giulia, ho 24 anni, sono una studentessa e parlo italiano. Di lingue romanze ho studiato solo il francese, quindi lo spagnolo non l'ho mai studiato.
Hola, soy Federico, tengo 44 años y soy de Argentina. Hablo español e inglés y he tenido alguna experiencia con italiano, pero solamente por haberlo visitado, haber estado en Italia, pero no lo he estudiado en profundidad y conozco muchas palabras muy sueltas, no conozco el significado completo de todo. Este challenge va a ser bastante interesante para mí.
Great, welcome to the show. So just to remind you the rules of the challenges. For each challenge, you will be guessing a word based on clues given to you in a language you haven't taken any lessons in, as you mentioned in the introductions. And keep in mind that while guessing, you can only communicate in your native languages. Is that right?
Okay.
So we are going to start with a Spanish word, right?
Okay. Bueno, esta primera palabra es un objeto. Está hecho de cuero o tela. Puede usarse funcional o decorativo y se utiliza alrededor de la cintura. Es un objeto que se utiliza como accesorio de ropa. Se puede ajustar, se puede utilizar más suelto y en general es una tira larga y delgada.
Ok, allora, ho capito che è un oggetto che può essere di tela oppure detto di cuero, non sono sicura, penso che sia cuoio.
¿Se acuerdo?
Hai detto che è un oggetto che può essere di tela oppure di
Sì.
cuero, vero?
Sí,
E questo cuero è per caso un materiale che viene di origine animale?
sí.
Ok, quindi può essere di cuoio oppure tela. E poi hai detto che si trova in non so che parte della cintura.
En la cintura se utiliza.
Nella cintura?
Se coloca en la cintura para evitar que los pantalones se caigan.
Ah, ok. Quindi è una parte della cintura? O è proprio un tipo di cintura?
No, la cintura. La cintura es una parte del cuerpo.
Ah, ok. Quindi in spagnolo la cintura è una parte del corpo?
Sí,
Ah, ho capito. Ok. Precisamente è la parte in vita, diciamo, vero? Sotto la pancia.
sí.
Ok. Posso scrivere la parola? Penso di avere in mente.
A ver.
Posso mostrare?
Sí,
Non sono sicura.
a ver.
In italiano è cintura.
Yes, this is correct. Cintura, what does it mean in English? How does it translate?
Belt.
It's a belt. Yes, it is correct. How do you say that in Spanish, Federico?
Cinturón.
Cinturón.
Great. Yes. So we just identified a false friend between Italian and Spanish, right? So
Mhm.
what is cintura in Spanish?
It's the part of the under the, I don't know, the hips.
Under the hips, the waist.
The waist, exactly. Yeah, the waist.
Exactly. So did that throw you off, Giulia?
In realtà no, perché il resto... sorry. Actually, at first I was confused because I thought, okay, if it's not cintura, then it's not the word. But then he explained right enough. So
And that clicked.
yeah. The explanation was enough.
Yes,
In Italian, we can also say cinturino if it's small.
if it's small. And how do you say waist?
In Italian, it's more commonly vita. Vita,
Vita is the waist.
which can also mean life, but that's not.
That's another thing. Yeah, okay, that's great. So the first challenge went very well, and I think we can try another one. This time we're going to be focusing on the Italian word. Okay?
Ok,
Let's go.
allora, è qualcosa che si utilizza per scrivere o stampare. Può essere di qualsiasi colore, ma più comunemente nero o blu. È un liquido che si trova nel serbatoio interno delle penne oppure in boccette di vetro. Si utilizza anche per fare i tatuaggi alla pelle. Può essere prodotto da seppie o polpi che ne rilasciano una grande quantità in acqua quando spaventati.
Bien,
Hai domande?
creo que lo tengo.
Ok.
Bueno, has dicho que se utiliza para escribir, que suele ser negro o azul, que se utiliza dentro de un vitro, de un vidrio, de algo un recipiente que es líquido. Y bueno, con eso creo que lo he sacado. Eso ha sido necesario, suficiente. Es tinta.
Yes, so this is correct. How is it in Italian?
In italiano è inchiostro.
Inchiostro, which translates as ink.
Ink.
Yes. Federico, what about the Italian word inchiostro? Does it ring any bells?
Nothing. No.
When he said tinta, it rang a bell to me because we can say it for other things. Mostly tinta can be una tinta per capelli,
Exacto.
so a hair dye, or tinta for clothes, stuff like that.
Interesting. What about Spanish, Federico? How would you say a hair dye?
Tinta. Tinta para cabello.
And what about just a regular paint that you use to paint your walls or paint a picture?
Tinta para escribir. Y después, for the paints, it could be aquarella, it could be, it has other exceptions, but mostly it's tinta for everything.
And what about Italian?
In Italian, to paint walls, we say pittura per muri, something like that. To draw, inchiostro is more typically to write, sometimes also to draw. More common to draw is like Federico said, acquarello, acrilico, and various types of
Paints.
paints. Yeah.
And it's for walls, we said pintura también. For walls, it's pintura.
So very similar. Great. Good. So that was an easy one. Let's move on to another Spanish word. Okay?
Okay.
And now, Julia, you will be guessing the Spanish
Okay.
description.
Bueno, esta palabra es un gesto que se utiliza para mostrar respeto o gratitud. En algunas culturas, en algunos países, es una forma educada de saludar o de despedirse de alguien. Y en común se implica doblarse en la cintura manteniendo la espalda recta. Puede implicar una ligera inclinación de la cabeza o bajada del cuerpo. Y a menudo se asocia con humildad o el reconocimiento de la presencia, estatus o esfuerzos de otras personas. Se utiliza mucho en los deportes de artes marciales como signo de respeto hacia un maestro o un oponente.
Ok, allora ho capito che è un gesto che si usa per portare rispetto, normalmente, o per salutare qualcuno, ehm, o per mostrare umiltà, è un simbolo di umiltà. Consiste nel muovere le spalle. E abbiamo imparato prima che cintura è vita, quindi la vita sta ferma, le spalle si muovono. Ed è utilizzato sì, è utilizzato nelle arti marziali. Ok? Credo di aver capito, non credo di avere domande. Se non, per sicurezza, non implica l'uso di mani, vero?
No.
Ok, perfetto. In italiano si dice inchino.
Yes, that is correct. And what is the Spanish word for that?
In Spanish is some inclinarse or un saludo. Really, we don't have a word. I don't have a word for that gesture, but that would be the exception.
Un saludo. Un saludo. To English, you would translate it as a bow. Like
Okay.
like you bow like this, right? That's what you do. You bowing down.
In Spanish, I don't know if we have a word for that because saludo is general. It would be this one also saludo. So
What about, I did some research and I found two in Spanish. It's inclinación,
sí,
inclinación, which is, I think, very descriptive. Like it's literally just like bending down, right? So it doesn't have this connotation of
no,
showing respect or gratitude, right? It doesn't have that.
we don't use that as a word, so it's not common in Spanish.
Mhm. What about
Yes.
Italian then? In Chino, is that a
Inchino?
common word? Inclino. Mhm.
Yeah, I would say it's common. We also have another type of bow or bow. I don't remember, but which entails
Bow.
just
Bow.
bow. Okay, thank you. Which entails just bending like the knees. Instead of doing like that, you just bend the knees and that's another type of bow. It's common in churches usually. Like you do that when you enter a church, you bow like that. And
In English, I think it's called curtsy.
okay.
And maybe it's like cortesia in Italian. Does that make sense? No?
No, en español, en Spanish.
In Spanish,
Spanish is cortesía. Yeah.
you have the word cortesia.
Yes.
Yeah, in Kino, in Italian, is that something that actors would do at the end of the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another Spanish word that I found is reverencia. Reverencia. La reverencia.
Yes. 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 It could be one exception more for that. Show reverence.
So, la reverencia, is that something that actors would do at the end of the show or
Sí.
ballet dancers?
We call it saludo final.
Saludo final. So it has a particular expression for that. Good. So that was very interesting. That was very interesting word. And there is a lot of ways of looking at this, and there is a lot of vocabulary that covers that. So that was interesting and quite challenging. So let's move on to another Italian word then.
Ok.
Let's go.
Allora, è un essere vivente che vola di notte. Può essere di vari colori, ma essendo notturno se ne trovano di più dai colori spenti, come il nero, grigio o varie tonalità di marrone. Molti di questi sono mimetici e quindi possono assomigliare a foglie secche o pezzi di tronchi o cose che si trovano in natura. Alcuni possono avere delle antenne pronunciate. Questo è particolarmente famoso per il fatto che è spesso attirato da fonti di luce artificiali.
Has dicho que es un ser viviente que vuela
Sì.
de varios colores,
Sì.
que es afectado por las luces artificiales. ¿Es pequeño?
Sì,
Pequeño. Y es general, es un... me han dicho repíteme alguna de las acepciones.
allora, è un animale, abbiamo detto, è un animale piccolo che vola di notte. Molti di questi animali sono mimetici.
Mimetizarse.
Mimetici vuol dire che si mimetizzano, cioè che in una superficie simile tu non li riconosci, diciamo.
Sí,
Si confondono.
sí. Estoy tratando de... ¿Y has dicho otra cosa más? ¿Alguna más que has dicho? De... Ah, hay una que no la entendí, que no he capito.
Ah, una parola?
Sí.
Forse quella delle antenne.
Ah, tiene antena.
Sì.
Tiene antenas. Puedo pensar en un... No sé si el animal exactamente, pero sí la familia de animales.
Ah, può essere, può essere. Ma più o meno hai capito che tipo di animale è? Cioè di...
Hay también de este tipo de animales que van por... que son... que caminan.
No, no, principalmente vola. Probabilmente è capace anche di camminare. Però principalmente vola.
Vuela. Uy, es difícil esta. Bueno, voy a intentar una, a ver si es.
Ok, se non hai altre domande.
A ver, ahí diría insecto.
Actually, it's
No.
not correct. It's
No.
not correct, unfortunately. So let's give you another chance. Julia, if you could show the Italian word now and say it out loud, we will see if that's going to be of any assistance to Federico.
Ok, la parola in italiano è falena.
No.
Doesn't ring any bells.
La falena è un insetto però, quindi è un insetto. In Italian we have two words typically to describe this type of insect. Usually to say butterfly, we say farfalla, which is the one that flies during the day. And we also have falena, which is the English moth, the nocturnal butterfly, basically. Obviously, in Italian, like a falena could be called farfalla as well. It's a type of butterfly.
Mm-hmm. So the answer is moth in English.
Moth.
No, I never see that.
The butterfly that flies at night and burns in candles. Mm-hmm.
No, we don't have that name. I don't recognize that as an animal itself with the name.
Oh yeah, but the question is like how do you say moth in Spanish?
We don't.
What about una palomilla? Palomilla.
Palomilla no.
Polilla.
Polilla, pero the polilla is the one that it's the clothes.
It's the clothes. Mm-hmm.
Generally, it's not that. Don't say that. We said there are insectos volando. So.
Okay, so that's a good question for people watching this show. Maybe they have an idea. Maybe in other Spanish-speaking countries they have a word for that specifically, for a moth, a butterfly that flies at night. We're gonna see that in the comment section, and we'll see.
That was tricky. That was tricky.
That was a tricky one, but I didn't expect Spanish not to have a word for that.
At least I don't know.
Yeah, good.
We use a general term, so...
Yeah, but to conclude, like, what are your impressions about these challenges so far? Giulia, how well do you understand Spanish?
Per adesso abbastanza bene, forse un po' troppo for now, it's very easy for now, at least it's too early to say something, maybe, I don't know, but yeah. Many words are similar, even if their semantics is not precise. I can trace to the meaning thanks to context.
I see. What about you, Federico? How well can you understand Italian?
Quite well. Maybe there are some words that I don't get, but I managed to understand some of the context of what she's saying.
So basically, the context is key here. The context of the challenge and what we're doing here. That's great. So we are going to be continuing recording the bonus challenges now. Okay.
Okay.